Well, let's see what other mysteries there are to find out about here.
The destruction of Conria? He said that?
I guess so. That's what I heard at the time.
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago.
Yes, this has been established.
It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your brother must have understood this world better than you did, because he woke up first.
Sure.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Conria. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Conria. Am I right?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Conria so you could find your brother?
Yeah, I guess. I'm so confused. This is all very interesting, but I'm so confused. Again, it feels like I'm missing something here, and not intentionally. Like, it feels like there's actually just something I should have seen that I've missed. It's the second most promising lead after looking for the 7.
Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Conria than both of you. Conria was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with.
And presumably you're from there, right? It would explain his kind of like, not like atheist or agnostic viewpoints, but his very antagonistic viewpoint towards the 7 and the whole idea of the gods and Celestia and everything. Huh.
It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
There we go. That makes sense. Oh, we're getting to the juicy stuff now, man.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Conria. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Well, of course they don't, Paimon. The gods don't want the people under their care to know that they decided to destroy a nation for one reason or another that was solely owned, operated, and built by humans. At that point, the gods might just lose favor because, hey, you obviously don't need them if you can survive in a nation without them, right? What a dangerous world. I need to hurry up and find my brother.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits.
Yeah, the next time I see Venti or Zhongli, because, yeah, Venti definitely lamented that. He discussed that, like, things happened that he wasn't happy about or that he wasn't proud of or whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said, but...
Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Okay. Very, 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 very interesting. Well, let's continue on, I suppose. We can jump down off this cliff here. There's got to be some sort of like intro trailer or something that that shows this, the traveler arriving in a meteor or something thing, because that was stated so bluntly and matter-of-factly. Like, that's a huge reveal if it's not something that's already been talked about. Because otherwise, all we know is that we just got in this fight and then, like, with this unknown god and then wound up here and don't know anything else. But if there is other information, that's really something that should be presented to us. So, I'll have to do some looking about. Because, I guess there's just so much that I don't know yet. Maybe that's information that was shown in, like, one of the initial trailers for the game that I just never saw. Also, I should probably res my characters, huh? You know what, rather than going over this way, let's go to a Statue of the Seven quick. I wonder if that must be why our brother is leading the Abyss Order now, right? Oh, hold on. Take that core lapis, thank you. Because not only did we see the destruction of Conrea, and again, we don't even know how long our brother was awake and active. Maybe he was involved in Conrea being formed, you know? Before he woke us up. But regardless, whatever the case may be, we got involved with Conrea somehow. We were told X, Y, and Z by our brother, but don't actually know if any of that's true. We got attacked by a god who presumably was attacking us, and that was like what the whole arrogation of mankind thing was about, because of Conrea. And then got sealed away or trapped or whatever, and then woke up back here 500 years later. But how long were we out, and like how did we wind up free? Those are the questions. Well, those are questions that I feel like are going to be answered in the story. Not that I need to, like, research and find about info about myself, you know?
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Conrea. So, did Conrea have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These ruin guards were known as field tillers by the people of Conrea.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
I was gonna say, they're farming equipment? So what's with the lethal weapons?
It's not like you think. Field tiller was just a code name. The people of Conrea like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the field tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Conrea, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
Well, that sounds so sad.
I don't think saying we should put an end to their suffering is the right choice here, especially because that implies some things about how we'll eventually deal with our brother. So just wandering aimlessly for 500 years seems good.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Okay, or we will be destroying them, fair enough.
Retribution! Ha!
Can't exactly say that this was the outcome I was expecting here, but it's definitely an interesting perspective. Dainsleif, or Dainsleif, I can't remember how they pronounce his name. Dainsleif, as I'm going to call him. He has to be from Conrada, right? Where'd he go? Whoa, 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 game? We good? I don't think I've ever seen game lag like that before.
Punishment.
Alright, well, we're just gonna wander over here for a while, I guess, until the Ruin Guard decides to chill.
Wheel of life.
Again, if you could target the thing I'm actually trying to hit, game, rather than just switching me to the Ruin Guard arbitrarily, that would be lovely. Again, if we could stop arbitrarily switching to the Ruin Guard, that would be great. Oh my god.
Keep within the wall.
Retribution!
Yep, and now its shield is back. Good, 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 good. I know I have definitely mentioned it before, but like, goddamn, the targeting in this game is so aggravating. I love the game to death, but good lord. Just like, give me an actual lock-on button. Let me right-click the thumbstick to lock onto an enemy, please. For the love of all that is holy. Alright, well. And my apologies, I know I'm doing a lot of complaining in this episode, but just, jeez.
Orders given. Orders received.
Die. There we go. And now that you're the only thing left, and I'll actually be able to target you like I wanted to in the first place, we'll never have to deal with your shield again. Good lord.
Huh? This abyss face dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
Maybe.
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it?
It's a cell phone.
Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Conria?
Engulf the faith of the enemy in flame, and bring glory to His Highness the Prince.
I like Paimon's big conclusion there, like, yes, Paimon, it probably is.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation. They, the Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate.
Yeah, what is the Loom of Fate? Like, is it like the mechanism upon which we will weave the new fabric of history or something like that? That's what it sounds like.
It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to OSIAL, Overlord of the Vortex.
Which we have now dealt with, which was directly tied to what Tartaglia was doing, and like we've said, his fighting style and his abilities definitely seem to be related to the Abyss Herald. I'm seeing some connections here. The two are absolutely in league with the Abyss, 100%.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean?
It was just crushed by the Jade Chamber.
What do they want with OSIAL?
Could it be the same as with
I know of your
Dvalin?
past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident, though you may not have been aware of it.
And we're back. Sorry for the weird cut there, guys. A freak downpour came through the area and knocked the power out for a second, so there was only a couple of lines of dialogue that got lost from the previous recording. So we should be good to go. I waited for the storm to pass. Everything looks like it's fine, so we shouldn't have any more issues to worry about. Sorry about the little bit of a jarring break. Let's get back to it, shall we? Oh, I should say, while I was waiting, I looked it up, and I did find a trailer that I guess kind of shows what we're talking about in this conversation a little bit. It's the original, I guess, like release trailer or reveal trailer or something. And it actually showed the moment that we had in the previous mission where the Traveler sensed a familiar presence to them. They went up to the top of a mountain and found like a set of rune guard footprints in a crushed dandelion. And we saw that from the other siblings' perspective. Of course, it seems like all of the official trailers have the perspective of Aether as the player character rather than Lumine. But regardless, so we had our sibling riding a ruin guard, musing about Conria and things like that, and actually like showed a couple of very interesting and spooky clips of, I guess, the disaster that happened there. And then like was them watching the Traveler and Paimon like fighting off the enemies on the plate in Storm Terror's lair and all that type of stuff, and talking about like how they'd be reunited, which is the name of the quest and everything. So that gives a little bit more insight. It still doesn't show the like meteorite that we landed in that our sibling woke us up out of and stuff like that. But I mean, it definitely shows at least some glimpses of the other stuff. So I'm really happy that I found that. I think that gave me a lot of context that I sorely needed, because I was getting a little frustrated, feeling like there was some discontinuity in the narrative. So I'm pleased about that, and let's continue.
Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt OSIAL, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt OSIAL's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform OSIAL's body.
Really? Interesting. So we're gonna see like a mecha OSIAL? Is that what we're talking about here?
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order
Yeah.
make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Oh, that's excellent! We're literally looking at like a Mecha Godzilla type of scenario here. Also, the fact that Paimon knows the word cybernetic is concerning on a whole lot of levels, because like we don't have that kind of technology anywhere to make that like verbiage relevant. Yeah, sounds about right.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Conria. Though, of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Conria. Despite being far from human, They seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently.
Yeah, why is that? Is it just because, like, they seek to, like, undo the power of the gods or, like, challenge Celestia or the Archons or something, and they hope that the technology at Conrail will let them do that? Or are they more closely tied? You know, like, we're being presented this idea that Conrail was destroyed just because, like, it was a human civilization that could exist without the gods, but I feel like they were probably involved in something darker, right? Like, they were involved with the Abyss, and that's why the gods had to destroy it. At least, maybe. I really don't know one way or the other. If I had to guess based on what we've seen of the story, that seems like it would be an accurate interpretation.
The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching OSIAL's limbs to construct a mechanized god.
Oh, that sounds
And
awesome.
the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
Uh-huh.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
Well, wasn't that already... I thought that's what was being held by the statue that we saw in the dungeon. I would have assumed anyway.
It would seem so.
I guess not. Huh. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, let's find the eye before they do.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Indeed
Yes.
it does.
According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Yeah, this definitely confirms that the Fatui and the Abyss are working together. If not, like, the Fatui and Shineznaya as a whole are just being controlled by the Abyss or something, because, like, that's exactly what the Tsaritsa wants to do, right? I think it's the Tsaritsa is the Cryo Archon, if I remember correctly. I can never remember if that's the Tsaritsa or if What's-Her-Bucket, the one who stole Venti's Gnosis, is the Tsaritsa. No, that's Signora. That's Signora, and they work for the Tsaritsa, right. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to wage war on Celestia. So yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an Animal Archon statue. It did not look like the Liyue statue at all, so...
Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
Yeah, because, like... Yeah, sneering at the power of the gods, exactly. That is exactly what he just did. Because that's in that Tavat trailer. Oh, look at all these. Gears of Destiny, the Bandit, the Lunatic, and the Pitch Black Enigma. Where fate comes to a crossroads, sneering at the power of the gods. Holy. In the Tavat trailer, that's exactly what Dainsleif was doing. He kept talking about, like, or at least insinuating that the gods are liars, or are just using the people's faith, or are ignorant of how things really work, or, you know, willfully blinding themselves to the truth, yada, yada, yada. All these different ideas, all, you know, very, I guess, blasphemous, you know? So even though he seems, unless he's tricking us, which is certainly possible, he seems to be against the Abyss Order, but does seem to share their disdain or hatred towards, or animosity towards the gods, which is interesting.
A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. The people of Mondstadt clearly spent a great deal of resources and energy to construct them. But how aware of this was the Animo Archon on receiving this gift? And how much did he give back in return?
I mean, he still watches over Mondstadt. He helped deal with the Dvalin issue. He, has taken it upon himself to help the individual people here and there. So, and I mean, like, the nature of a gift is not to expect something in return. It's to give because you care. So,
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return, though, does it?
As long as the gods have a clear conscience about it all, there's nothing I can say about it.
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! Don't say anything bad about the Animo Archon! And actually, the Animo Archon is... never mind!
Look, Paimon, I don't know if you're the one to talk about not saying anything bad about the Animo Archon when you're the one who calls him tone-deaf bard and, useless and all this type of stuff.
I never specifically said I would enter the cathedral. I'll leave you two to mingle with the sisters.
Huh?
But we've done everything else together.
You are the honorary Knight of Mondstadt. They will surely allow you to poke into these affairs with their utmost trust. Having me tag along would only make them suspicious.
Because they don't know you? Or you don't think you'll be popular among the sisters?
Correct. And just as our little friend said, I might say something bad about the church at any time. When a non-believer steps onto holy ground, the result is never pretty.
Fair enough.
I have never received the favor of the gods in the past. I don't see any reason I would need it now, or in the future either. That's enough about that. While we've been chit-chatting, the Abyss Order continues to act.
Oh yeah, convenient excuse.
Okay, then we'll just go in ourselves and ask around.
I should warn you about one thing. Don't go mentioning the defiled statue inside the cathedral.
Oh?
The Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. But if they rashly tried anything against the Abyss Order, it would only ruin whatever element of surprise we may have.
Fair
also,
enough.
Meddling in the affairs of the Abyss usually doesn't end well for anyone.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine. They are a hostile enemy organization, so... I'm invested in this, man. Yeah, now that I have a better idea of what they were talking about with, the Traveler's origins, I'm very interested in all this now. Also, this is a hefty quest. Way longer than I expected it to be. Barbara, I have questions and concerns.
Honorary Knight. Hi, how have you been? Do you need anything today?
Well, you see.
But I should first make it clear
Oh my god.
that if you need to borrow the Holy Lyre to Hermel again, we cannot oblige.
She's still
He
traumatized.
hasn't realized it's just an illusion. Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Barbara, have you heard about the first field tiller?
What's that? Field tiller. What does it do?
Well, it tills fields, except not really.
Of course you wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, next question. Has the church ever lost a statue of the Seven?
Huh? You're here to ask about that old story? Well, I didn't expect that. That was such a long time ago, barely anyone mentions it nowadays.
Ooh, I didn't expect there to be an actual story attached to that. Tell me more.
A long time ago, there was indeed one statue of the Seven that disappeared one night without a trace. Nearly every member of the church joined the search for it, but it was never found. In the church's records, as you might assume, this incident has been called the Lost Statue of the Seven.
Of course.
Of course?
Nothing? So do you have any other clues?
My god.
Paimon means any other strange stories?
I mean, have you ever considered that maybe we should do the talking for once and keep Paimon's big mouth shut? Because good lord, she does not have any subtlety.
Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we saw just yet. Like things said outside. It's for your own good.
Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think about what other unusual incidents are in the church's records. Oh, the Tyrant's Final Fury? No, that's from another time. Probably unrelated.
Would that be Decarabian? Or would that be whoever, like, the leader of, the nation that we've been talking about all this time, but which has a name that has escaped me. Kadarin? I think so.
The Tyrant's Final Fury?
Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that
Yeah,
engulfed
okay.
Old
Yeah,
Mondstadt,
Decarabian.
the place now known as Storm Terror's lair. Many, many years ago, there was a time when balls of fire would rain from the sky whenever anyone approached Old Mondstadt.
That's aggressive.
Balls of fire raining from the sky? How terrifying!
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms, so they referred to it as the Tyrant's Final Fury.
Uh-huh.
This strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. It just gradually ceased on its own.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna let the fireballs raining from the sky on people who dare to get too close thing resolve itself, I guess. Like, uh-huh. You don't say. It's not necessarily related to the Tyrant.
Right. Later, the theory of the Tyrant's Final Fury became less probable in the eyes of the Church. Common reasoning dictates that the god of storms wouldn't shoot fireballs.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be
Perhaps
lightning,
it was
if anything.
something else that caused the disaster. Anyway, this incident might not be related to the lost statue of the Seven, but I just can't think of any other strange incidents that might be.
It's okay. Thanks anyway.
There's that pointless word, thank you, again.
Ah!
I get used to hearing it.
I was wondering when we would finally see Rosaria in the story. Awesome!
Rosaria, it's you.
Very cool.
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters again.
With the Hilly Trolls?
Those monsters?
Those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time during the Storm Terror incident?
Yeah, Hilly Trolls.
Wasn't that the Abyss Order? They're at it again?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing great unrest among the wolves. Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the spirit of Lupus Boreas? As for what purpose, I can't say for certain. Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to make a move myself.
Then I will go as well.
Master Jean said you should stay at the church and continue your work with the clergy.
But you're also a member of the clergy.
Barbara, there's a major difference between you and your duties to the clergy and Rosaria and her duties to the clergy, okay? I'll go help as well.
Right. We'll go give Master Jean a hand.
Oh, okay. If the honorary knight will be there, then... But please, everyone, be careful. May the Animal Archon protect you all.
Cool. Funny that we actually are in control of Rosaria right now. Yeah, because we really don't know that much about Rosaria, honestly. Like, we know that she, like, is a battle nun in the service of the church, but, like, other than that, that's kind of it.
I see. Has the Abyss Order already launched a new operation? This could very well have something to do with the defiled statue. We should go as well.
I don't think that was ever in question.
What's the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway? Are they looking to do the same as they did with Dvalin? Not again!
Yeah, didn't we already discuss this with Dyingslave, though? And he was like, nah, they wouldn't mess with that.
No, that's not likely.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike OSIAL, who was just suppressed, Andreas died long ago.
Oh.
Today, it is just his spirit that stands guard over Wolvendom.
Oh.
The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner some information from one of the Animo Archon's old companions.
I didn't realize he was already dead. Huh. Interesting. I can tell he was a spirit wolf, but, like, I thought he was a spirit wolf just by nature, not because he was dead and a spirit. Huh. Okay, fair enough. Go to Wolvendom. Alrighty. This really is a heck of a quest. And so much, like, interesting new information and stuff, too, is getting revealed.
This will slow things down.
I know you don't like the rain, Rosaria. I understand. However, it's good for you to be fighting in the rain. Easier to freeze people that way. Like these hapless vagabonds!
Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them
Oh,
now.
of course there's an electro guy. Come here.
Okay,
Come here.
faster.
Oh my lord. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. I'm not tolerating any more of your shenanigans, Mr. Shocky Boy. Hey, look at that. This Abyss, not Herald, Abyss Mage's shield is broken for us automatically by the rain, which is very nice.
Go.
Whew. There sure are a lot of enemies around here.
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies there are. Fits the Abyss Order's style.
I mean, it's just kind of how you do combat. Like, yes, the greatest concentration of your troops is most likely going to be near the target.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not going any further.
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid of fluffy animals?
Pfft. That's probably not it.
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of the Seven.
Okay. Is it... Maybe Dainsleif isn't against all gods. He's just against the Seven. Yeah, especially, I guess, if he's from... I don't know. Because they make it sound like all of the gods, including, like, Celestia, were involved with the destruction of Kadarin. But I was thinking, like, maybe he's against the Seven because they destroyed Kadarin, but the other gods are fine. I don't know.
I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire any interaction with him.
Uh-huh.
Besides, you're the one people like. I'm less likable.
You really despise the Seven, huh?
There's nothing special about gods anyway.
Other than the fact that they're gods, but I mean, you know, whatever.
It's just my opinion, but a word of advice. Always be on your guard when around gods. You shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite direction. Don't go trying to overthrow them or hunt them down.
Yes. Like, first of all, it's funny saying this, like, knowing that there could literally be two Archons in our party right now. And in fact, we have Zhongli, not actively with us at the very moment, but then, like, okay, don't place too much trust in them, fine. But then don't go trying to overthrow them or hunt them down. I mean, yeah, like, trying to do that to any living being is not going to end well for you. That's not something specific to just gods.
Even if the god in question is your sworn enemy.
Don't trust them and don't hunt them. That's some awkward advice. Does Dane hate the Seven, or is he protecting them?
Yeah, why is your opinion so contradictory?
Lest I repeat the failings of my forebears, I will tell you one final fact.
He's either from Kadarin or from Dragonspine, one or the other.
Huh? What fact?
The destruction of the nation of Khaenri'ah by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven.
Yeah, I keep saying Kadarin, I don't even know what that is, but Khaenri'ah is the actual name of the place. The reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven. That definitely makes it sound like it's a vengeance thing, like the Abyss Order's from there.
Well, enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care of the remaining Abyss Order members in the area. Try and keep your visit with Boreas brief. Afterward, let's meet at the entrance to Wolvendom.
It's a little bit more than chit-chat, my guy, but again, you know, continue conveniently hiding the important information behind the guise of it being chit-chat or not having time or wasting time or whatever.
What? There he goes.
Asshole.
What a strange man.
I can kind of see where he's coming from.
Yeah, that's true. You also keep your guard up against unfamiliar gods.
I mean, I feel like you probably always should.
At the Rite of Dissension in Liyue, your decision was very similar to what Dane would do.
When there's a lack of trust, it's best to just avoid the situation entirely.
Not the easiest situation.
Honorary Knight,
Oh.
Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Hi, Jean.
Oh, Master Jean! So glad we found you. Rosaria told us that you came here to fight the Abyss Order, so we came to help.
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order's sudden offensive is very strange. They have surrounded Wolvendom. I am preparing to send out some knights to fight back. I just scouted out all of Wolvendom, but I did not see you. Rosaria told me that the Abyss Order is going after Boreas. But the Abyss Order and Boreas... What is the connection between them?
They just like to cause trouble. Do they really need a reason?
I guess we haven't seen Rosaria up to this point, right? Because I'm just thinking, like, she just kind of walked in unceremoniously, so I'm wondering if there's, like, a character quest or something that we would have done prior to this where we would have met her, or some other side quest or something. Because usually they do a good job of introducing a character for the first time. I mean, I guess you could just walk up, too. That's really not a big deal one way or the other.
The Abyss Order already went after Dvalin. It's not too surprising that they would also go after another one of the Animal Archon's buddies.
That is true. Regardless, whether the reason behind the present threat is clear or not, I will handle the situation. Honorary Knight, please go and check if Lupus Boreas is in any danger. This god's spirit... He does not often see people, but I hear that you have met him before. Maybe it is best that you are also the one to meet him this time.
Met him, fought him numerous times, you know, same difference.
Okay, be careful. Thank you for your help, Honorary Knight of Favonius.
Dishonorable trial. Uh-huh. Interesting name. Oh, alright. Didn't expect that to throw me bodily from the platform. Whoop.
Faster.
There's a chest up here?
Okay, faster.
How have I missed that all this time?
I'm fine. Not scared.
I've run through this area so many times, I can't believe I missed that. Huh. Alright, Boreas, what do you got going on up here, buddy? Or Boreas, I suppose, but Boreas just sounds better to me. I guess I have a lot of opposite opinions on how to pronounce things that they say in this game. Oh!
Over there, it's Razor!
Okay.
The Abyss Herald!
Alright, this is not great.
You not welcome here. So,
the wolf's wretched spirit likes to raise wild pups now. You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory.
I mean, he is dead.
If you serve us, we can restore your divine powers you once held in the past. Lies. Lies.
What the heck is this ceremony? He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh no, is this the same thing they did to corrupt Dvalin's mind?
I mean, why don't we just go beat the shit out of him
Wolves never
then?
surrender. But this can't go on.
Well, time for another round with the Abyss Herald.
No matter how many times you resist us, your efforts are all in vain.
You say that, and yet. Alright, hold the line, Razor. Oh, he's got friends, too? Well, just a couple of them, I guess, but... Whoa, don't float so menacingly at me. Hey, Razor, you want to, like... give a guy a hand here? No? Alright, cool. Don't mind me, just gonna go over here. And yeah, where's Rosaria in all this? Wasn't she like supposed to be there and like helping out with stuff? Yeah, look at this damage output. Very nice.
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
God, Yanfei's damage output is so good.
Motion to
And like, her abilities flow together so smoothly.
Burn!
Ooh, alright, aren't you fancy? Whoa! Okay, alright. I see you, buddy, I see you. Now this is interesting. Oh, alright, he recovers from that really quick.
Rise.
Thank God I have things that can counter water. Like, what do you do if you just don't have something that can deal with a water shield? Just SOL, I guess? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, fine, everything's good. I like how we're having this, like, dramatic fight against this guy.
Okay, faster. Go.
But, like, we don't have any dramatic music or anything. It's just the normal fighting in Mondstadt music. Alright, Mr. Beyblade. Relax. Alright, he's still going, huh?
Time for your arraignment!
There it is. Alright.
The ceremony was interrupted. How fortunate for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's fortune. We just kind of kicked your
How
ass,
does an old
but...
spirit have such determined will? No matter. This is but a small, unforeseen variable. Our grand scheme will not be affected.
You say that, but I feel like your grand scheme might be affected.
It disappeared again!
Well, at least we stopped it this time.
Thank you. You came. Just in time.
Human Lupercal. I am ashamed that you must see me in my present state. But still, the Abyss Herald underestimated my strength.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial, but scary outsider. not respect trial rules. I too didn't see the trap.
Wait, so you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus Boreas's mind, then lured him out under the pretense of challenging him in a trial?
That does, in fact, seem to be what they were saying, Paimon. Yes, thank you for the clarification there.
Thank you. In the future, my claws must get sharper. You smelled danger and came here?
No, we
heard about it, yeah.
Paimon's nose doesn't even know what danger smells like.
Oh my god.
Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you about too. Excuse us, Mr. Wolf God. Do you know anything about the first field tiller?
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. I know not what this field tiller is. Though there was indeed one human-made machine that I can never forget.
Oh, you don't say. Oh, well, please do tell.
It entered into my proving ground by accident, and I mistook it for a challenger.
Uh-huh.
But it could not think, only fight. It was designed as a pure killing machine from top to bottom.
Uh-huh.
I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks. Before it fell to the ground, it fled the proving ground.
Okay.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been the very first field tiller, right?
I mean, it could have been. Any other one could have been as well, but... could it spin or could it shoot missiles? I guess they're both accurate.
Missiles? I do not know this strange word.
You know what? Fair enough.
As I
should have seen that one coming.
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans.
And yet...
It could spin, leap high into the air, and even shoot fireballs. Although no match for a god, it was stronger than even many who wield visions.
Okay. Fair enough. So, where did it go?
Fireballs? Hey, didn't we hear this
Yeah.
recently as well?
Yeah, that's a good point. Fireballs would rain down whenever anyone would try to approach Decarabian's kingdom. But it only happened for like a year, but I guess that would have been... No, it would have been during his reign. It sounded like, anyway.
Anyway, this pretty much proves that the first field tiller came to Mondstadt, doesn't it?
No.
Sounds like the first one was way stronger than the mass-produced ruin guards that came after.
Maybe?
But in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground while fighting the Wolf of the North.
So it wound up where?
Don't know. But did we help?
Yes, you were a big help. Thanks.
Yeah, it's more than we had before,
we need
so...
to keep investigating something super important. The Abyss Herald may have left, but the Abyss's forces are still attacking. You two be careful.
Yes, I smell more danger. Bigger danger. You too, also be careful.
Will do, buddy.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's go tell Dane.
Interesting. Okay, so... Is there gonna be some, like... Iron Giant-ass... Ruin Guard / Field Tiller around somewhere? 'Cause, I mean, that'd be awesome if there was. Also... I feel like there's more particulate in the air around here right now than usual. Really makes me wonder now...
Oh, Lord
Like-
of Geo, please do us a favor and clear this up at your earliest convenience.
Hi, Trixie.
I submit that we cannot afford for the codices to get damp.
Hello? Trixie did as she often does and leapt up onto the chair without any prior warning. So I got very surprised, and I suddenly felt a clawing and a scrambling at my back. Hi, girl. What's up? Well, I guess this is as good a place to call this one as any. Again, this is getting pretty long for an episode. But, man, I don't even know if we would have been able to get all this done if I did it as a stream. So, I'm going to keep going, though. Determined to get there before tonight's Inazuma stream. So,
I'll remind you again. The law can be both...
Shush, Shanfei. So, again, I'm going to skip all of the normal outro formalities. I hope you guys have been enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.